Hey friends, and welcome. This is Dr. Heather coming to you live from Ask Dr. Heather, or live from my office here at Cardin Center for Wellness in Overland Park, Kansas. Super excited to be here with you on this beautiful, super cold. It's about 7 degrees here in Kansas. Thursday morning. So I get a lot of questions. How do I break a stall? How do I break a plateau? I've been doing everything, quote, perfectly to lose the first 20 pounds, or what else could I be missing? You know, oftentimes it can be hard to be your own detective or see what's actually causing a stall or plateau. Some of the newest information coming out the last really 8 to 10 years is it potentially a hidden food allergy actually causing the obesity, like the chicken or the egg, which came first? So as you're joining, let me know where you're joining from. Let me know what part of the world you're joining from. I know there's a lot of people watching Keto Academy right now, which is an amazing keto event going on. But hopefully we jumped in here early this morning. Hey, Erica, good to see you here. Sylvia, Casey, good to see you here. But potentially, is it something super healthy like eggs actually causing you at a stall or plateau, or actually potentially causing you to increase weight? It's not all about calories. It's not all about super exercising hours every day. So current research is actually showing that hidden food allergies and sensitivities are actually leading to inflammation, which is leading to plaquing, which is leading to obesity. So I'm going to try to make this science super simple. First of all, I'm going to actually explain how that's happening. Then I'm going to read some very simple signs. We have a symptom survey about food allergies. I'm really happy to send this to any of you that want to take a symptom survey. If do I potentially have hidden food allergies that are actually causing, maybe whether it's a sleep disturbance, causing my sinuses, causing allergies. You know, oftentimes people go to the allergist, they only look at environmental allergies. You can't control which way the wind blows. You can't control if there's a pine tree in your backyard. I know you can control if you live with a cat or dog, but let's talk about weight for a minute, because that's on everyone's mind. Body composition, we know obesity is on the rise in every single aging category. It's on the rise in children. Type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease is on the rise in children, teenagers, every age category, but didn't used to happen in teenagers, didn't used to happen in young adults. But this is a great book which has been out, gosh, since 2006. Hidden Food Allergies Making You Fat. I definitely recommend this as a great read. I'll post it down below. Let's talk about just a very simple science. How can this be happening? How can something super healthy like an egg or tomatoes, which is a nightshade, how can that actually be causing me to actually increase weight or stop me from actually losing weight? So when you eat something, again, this is all about the gut. It's about causing a disruption in the healthy gut terrain. It's about causing the ecosystem in your gut to be out of balance. Once the gut terrain or the ecosystem within your gut gets out of balance, the whole game gets out of balance, which has caused the optimal body composition. So once you have an inflammatory reaction caused from a food, then what happens is it causes stress within the body. Your cortisol gets disrupted. Cortisol can cause fat gain, can cause weight gain. Once you actually have an inflammatory reaction, then you can have plaquing can happen. You can actually cause a disbalance in the gut biosis. So once that happens, again, I'm trying to make this science super simple, and they're actually showing this on lab work. They're showing that people have hidden food allergies who have, again, which came first, the inflammation, the allergy, or obesity. They're actually showing that the allergy came first, then the inflammation based on CRP, which is our C-reactive protein, which leads to the obesity. And then what happens, the inflammation will actually lead to a dysbiosis in the gut bacteria. Then we know it leads to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance leads to a lack of weight gain, inability to lose weight. We know it increases plaquing, increases stress, increases cortisol, which is the perfect recipe for obesity. So we know that, again, this is not about calories. It's about the foods that your body can't digest. It's about the foods that your body reacts to that causes this cascade of the perfect storm or tornado in some people to cause the fat actually to accumulate within your body. So when you go to the allergist, the proper test is actually to have the C-reactive, and I'll list those up above, Nicole. I'll actually post an allergy panel in the next post. I do have, probably around noon today, I'll do that post, what an allergy panel looks like. You need to have an IgG test done, because that is actually 80% of your blood volume. Those are the gamma-globulins that hang around for, again, about 72 to 96 hours within your body, fighting bacteria, viruses, foods, allergies, environmental, anything that you actually put in your body, you breathe within your body comes in contact with. So what happens is, again, you eat something your body doesn't like, and then it causes a stress reaction, and then your body actually releases inflammatory reactions. Different interleukins happen, which causes a reduction in your immune system, which causes a rise in insulin resistance, causes a rise in cortisol. Again, the whole insulin sugar resistance gets off, and then your body starts to accumulate plaque. And then once the plaque starts to accumulate, then we actually see that your CRP goes up. And then in some, we actually found this in young children and in rats, instead of it being 2 to 3 times reactive, it's actually 300 times reactive, or 300 times the plaquing, and results to foods that your body doesn't like. So hopefully that makes very simple science sense. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Science is showing it's actually the food reactions. It's the food your body doesn't like. There is some genetics based on that. So we know people, I'm going to talk about my husband who is Native American. So all of my sons do have a gluten sensitivity. I do not. Most of my heritage is from Germany. Makes sense. Germans like wheat. We digest it, but I do have a corn sensitivity and a dairy sensitivity. Body does not like it at all. But for my husband and for my boys, they don't react to corn on blood work. They don't react to it when they eat it. But with gluten, I have one son that has GI issues, another son that gets acne or facial breakout, another one that has mood issues when it comes to that. So we're going to talk about the different things of how your body responds to it. So it can cause a lot of different consequences when it leads to that. Again, this is all happening within the gut terrain, the gut ecosystem. So how do you repair it? How can you see if you have one? Well, if you don't have access to getting proper tests, hopefully you actually listen to the fasting video down below. And when you go to reintroduce foods, keep the top 10 food allergies aware, the top 8 ones, which are dairy, egg, gluten, soy, nuts, which are the top, like peanuts, walnuts, almonds. Keep those out of your diet. Also, all yeast. Yeast is a super high one for a lot of people. Keep all sugar out, and I'll make a list of those up above. Keep those top ones out of your diet. When you fast, again, like we did an extended fast this week for a good 60 hours, kind of cleaned the gut out, calmed everything down, and then we keep the top 8 to 10 food allergies out that are common for everyone, and then leave it out for, again, 21 days. And then try to challenge something. Put something in like a piece of gluten bread. Make sure it's just straight gluten, or put something like an egg in. You don't want to mix with a whole bunch of stuff, and see what happens to your body. And see if you have a reaction, whether it's a headache, and again, we're going to go through some of those signs and symptoms, or maybe it's gas and bloating. Maybe it makes you really fatigued, which is a histamine response. That's what Benadryl does. It causes a histamine response. So let's just talk about what those might look like. Again, I'm going to go from the head to the toe and make this super quick. I'm happy to send this out. You just need to shoot me an email so I can attach it to an email. So head to toe, simple allergies, besides causing increased weight, causing plaquing, which leads to cardiovascular disease, causes diabetes. All of my autoimmune patients, we do a food allergy test on, which is the IgG one, which Nicole asked about. So it is things like headaches, dizziness, sleep disorder, facial flushing. You eat something, your face flushes. You eat something, you get a headache. We know almost 80% of migraines and headaches are actually caused by foods that you eat. Things like nightshades or potatoes or MSG, food colorings, food additives, which we're going to ask you to keep out for 21 days. Itching of the ears, ringing of the ears, flushing of the ears, nose stuffiness, nose redness, anything you think of seasonally, like maybe something you're allergic to, like pollen in the air, that would also happen with food. So mucus production in the nose, ears, throats, tongue getting itchy, throat getting itchy. That's the same thing for foods, but it can be delayed. It can be, I had corn yesterday, and today I feel like my tongue is weird, my nose is all stuffy, my ears are ringing, they're swollen, I have blurred vision, itchiness. Same thing moving down the throat. You can actually have mucus production, you can have a dry throat. Maybe it's itchy all the time, you're always clearing it all the time. That can be yeast, it can be eggs, it can be shrimp, any of those shellfish, again, is on that top list of things. Skin, having little petechia on the back of the skin all the time. Maybe you've noticed as a little kiddo, I always had little stuff back here in the back of my skin. The back of the arm is a very common place. I forgot, cracks at the corners of your mouth. Those are also common food allergy places. Having any rash underneath the armpits, underneath the breast, sometimes behind the ears back here are also common symptoms, besides having the weight gain or inability to lose weight. Yes, Pam, I'll do that afterwards. So thank you for putting that down. My email's also in the pin post up above. You can also find my email there. Digestive issues, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, excess gas, bloating. You wake up in the morning, you have the morning flat tummy, and then you eat something like, I didn't hardly eat anything. All of a sudden, I just had like my egg white omelet. All of a sudden, your stomach's out to here. By the end of the day, you see your tummy out to here. And this is true for toddlers. You see them flat in the morning, and then you're introducing foods, and their tummies bloat out. So if you have to loosen up your belt after you eat, remember your stomach is the size of your fist. So when you're eating a proper size of plate food, it all shrinks down. You shouldn't have to loosen your belt 2 or 3 inches or 2 or 3 loops or even an inch after you eat. It should all be normal digestion because your colon is that long. Excess gas that smells, or having any reflux, any GERD, anything like that, your body's telling you, you're trying to put food down, your body says, I don't like that. It's trying to get it back up, try again, goes back down, comes back up. That's your body trying to break it down. Constipation, you're trying to push it down and the body can't figure out how to break it down, so it gets stuck there. Brain-wise, cognition, fuzzy head, mental unclarity, recall issues, tired, inability to sleep, joint achiness, stiffness, arthritis, soreness, any type of things like that, more soreness afterwards, after you work out. All of those things are gut issues. So again, we started with weight loss. Is the food I'm eating potentially, as they say, making me fat? And so research leads that yes, absolutely. What came first, the chicken or the eggs? Food allergies lead to inflammation, lead to fat because it causes insulin resistance, causes stress, which causes cortisol disruption. So in a nutshell, the answer is yes, it absolutely can. So you absolutely, I would love to send a food allergy panel to people, but if you're stuck, do an extended fast like we did this week, or I did this week. I'm happy to share the information, how you do an extended fast, clear out the gut, and then start reintroducing foods or get the proper blood work done. Oftentimes it's hard to tell when you're eating foods, and I can tell you, I've been doing this for 25 years. I've never had one patient say, I wish I wouldn't have done that test, because it's an amazing test. People stop guessing, stop going through the guessing game, generally surprised at what it could be. So I'll go back and read questions. I've got a patient here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to pop on because I am getting questions when I talked about refeeding after fast. People saying, well, what do I need to do? Well, what you need to do is eat clean, eat green, above ground greens, and then again, let your body start to heal. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Carden, coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas. Super excited to have you guys joining me here on this topic, and I'll be checking back in with you guys. Absolutely, this is meant to be shared. It's meant to be educational, because I always want you to be a better detective of your body and help you better understand what's happening within your body. Again, super excited to be here with you. If you have a question, drop it down below and I will get back with you this afternoon. If you want a copy of the symptom survey for potential food allergies, if you are stuck with your weight and wanting help with breaking a plateau, I do have a YouTube channel that has 2 or 3 good videos on breaking stalls or plateau. Honestly, I can tell you this can be a super big hit. And YouTube channel is just Ask Dr. Heather. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.